What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today I want to bring you guys a follow-up on the whole Escape from Tarkov Eroctic copyright strike situation. We have a few updates on that front. I want to say first off, thank you to everyone who has been sharing the video, talking about it on Reddit and other forums, as well as on Twitter. We're getting somewhere. For those who don't know what's going on, I would urge you to watch the video from yesterday, but if you guys want a quick recap, there is a prominent EFT YouTuber and streamer named Eroctic, who is one of those YouTubers who will praise a game for the studio doing things right, and who will bring up issues and talk about potential problems when the studio does something wrong. A known hacker in the Escape from Tarkov community had reached out to Eroctic to discuss the potential exploit on their website, leaving a huge security vulnerability, getting account IDs and passwords, and Eroctic made a video about it. Battlestate Games did not like that he made a video about it. They went on Twitter, made a post saying, hey guys, this is just a rumor, pay it no mind, but they do urge you to put the two-factor authentication on the account. Eroctic then was contacted by a whole bunch of different people saying that their accounts have been compromised. There's guys who are getting credit card charges for a whole bunch of copies of the game, then getting banned for it. He made another video basically breaking down all of those instances and talking about it. Battlestate Games then decided to double down on what they said about it being a rumor, and they then went and copyright striked 10 of Eroctic's videos, the 2 of the videos that they had a huge problem with that he had just released, and then other videos talking about the game, some gameplays of the game, just basic run-of-the-mill gameplays. They decided to just strike 10 of them, and that's where we were when I made the video. As of today, we have 2 major updates to this story. Battlestate Games made a post on Facebook detailing the situation with Eroctic from their perspective, and they also doubled down and copyright striked another 34 videos on Eroctic's channel, bringing the entire tally up to 44 copyright striked videos on his channel. So I want to go into this post. I want to do it with a more calm and cool collective head, and I want to talk about their reasoning, their mentality, and their opinions based on the situation at hand with this Facebook post. I'm going to have a link to the post below so you guys can read it in full, and then we're going to discuss it. And before we get into it, I'm going to suggest some of you download this video just in case someone decides to get really, really bold in this. But let's get into it. So they made a post, this is about an hour ago. Let us comment on the situation about Eroctic. I'm not going to read the whole post. It's actually a pretty long and detailed post, but we're going to get into some of the points that they make regarding the situation. And like I said, the link is going to be down below so you guys can read the whole thing in full. So the first paragraph is them basically explaining that they do listen to player feedback. They do have their ears to the ground, and they do take everything seriously. They say they take everything into consideration. In this case, to our regret, we had to act hard. Lately, Eroctic decided to settle on the concept of negative hype and started ardently supporting people who obviously designate their position as hostile to us. So they're referring to the hacker in the community who apparently found this exploit. Eroctic released a video in which he accused us of incompetence that allegedly led to a leak of 2 million profile credentials. The video was based on someone else's document, which described the process of obtaining basic information about profiles through ratings tables, a nickname, ID, statistics. Nevertheless, after our check, we were convinced that no leaks have ever happened. Eroctic began to spread rumors that cheaters can steal your account and get you banned for cheating. All of this was and remains false. And this kind of coincides with their tweet that they put out saying that it's a rumor, nothing is vulnerable, but also put on two-factor authentication. So that's kind of the sum up of where we are. They go on to discuss his second video that he discussed, like I said, when the person reached out to him and he discussed the profiles and all that. He says that in the video, proving that the leak existed and that 90% of all game profiles have already been banned. That sentence to me, I saw the video. I don't know what they're talking about there. I'm just going to say that. I don't think that's accurate or an accurate description of what was actually said in the video. But they say they conducted an investigation and found out that that video was also a complete lie. According to the bits of information in the video, they found out which profiles were compromised. A quick search revealed that all the data for all the accounts shown in the video were in free access on the internet, particularly in the database of one well-known game that has been leaked a year ago. I'm not quite sure what they're talking about there as well, but again, they're not going to tell us what the investigations are, so I'm gonna hold them. Yeah, you guys did an investigation and you found out that what that hacker was saying was false. Awesome. They then go on to say that they took measures immediately, forcibly resetting passwords of the accounts which we found in the leaked databases of other games. In addition, we began process of enhancing the safety of our profiles in case of real threats, and they capitalize the word real, explaining that this isn't a real threat, but they still took measures to kind of defend against it. That's great. That's what you're expected to do. So we're still cool there. And this is where it starts to get really interesting. By this time, the negative media background that emerged through actions of Aroctic resulted in a rather large number of messages of concerned users and also to other provocative and speculative posts of the ill-wishers wishing to self-actualize on this. The decision to address YouTube concerning video on Aroctic's channel had to be made in order to stop misinformation and hatred. Moreover, we did not want and we do not want this person to be associated with our game in the first place. His purposefully destructive actions cannot be considered criticism, no matter how you took it. Aroctic has a long history of negative attitude towards our project, the company, the players, and with the recent actions, he crossed the line. There's one sentence in that paragraph that fully and wholeheartedly explains why this happened. We did not want and we do not want this person to be associated with our game in the first place, which means that the videos he's created in the past talking about potential issues, I remember watching him when they dropped the latest map and the AI was on there and there was stuttering and the AI was just not working correctly. He was on live streams talking about it. They don't like negative criticism. We all know that, but unfortunately for Battlestate Games, that is a byproduct of creating something and putting it out on the internet. That's just how it works here. There are going to be people that no matter what criticize your product. Now, if they thought that he was out here slandering or defaming the company and putting out false information, there are routes to take to get those videos down, including reaching out to Aroctic directly and discussing in depth the investigation and letting him know that you guys conducted multiple investigations and this is what you found. Could you please remove the videos? And doing so in a respectful manner is usually the way to go in these situations. If Aroctic decides to refuse, at least you have a documented effort to get the videos taken down, and then you can then file a slander suit, a defamation lawsuit, whatever you guys want to do to continue on. If you guys wanted to submit a takedown on YouTube, there are plenty of different ways to do so without using the copyright system. However, Battlestate Games knows that let's say you do a privacy complaint or another version of a takedown, there is always a verification process. But with YouTube and the DMCA law, they don't want to be involved. So what happens is when you DMCA and copyright strike somebody, YouTube automatically allows it, and then they sort it all out after to avoid being held responsible for a DMCA lawsuit towards the platform. This is something that Battlestate Games knows, and they know it's the only way to get a video taken down without having a verification process in play. And they knew that. And to be honest with you guys, with this double down of this post, saying that they don't want Aroctic to be playing the game, posting about the game, talking to the game, the other 34 copyright strikes that he just got today are completely out of spite. And through all of this swirling and talking about it on the subreddit, I've seen comments from people who used to be at Battlestate Games as moderators or community managers or whatever, talking about the fact that they have had conversations about taking down videos from Sid Alpha before. Sid Alpha did a Dirty Devs video on Escape from Tarkov a long time ago, talking about shady stuff in that studio, and they had conversations discussing striking that video down. And that has been repeated under multiple comment threads on Reddit from somebody who actually was hired by Battlestate Games. That conversation apparently took place. So this isn't the first time we've seen it. We've seen them reinstate NDAs on people who are critical of their games. We have seen this time and time again. The post is out. Your opinions are out on the situation. Your side of the story is now out in the public. But that wasn't enough. You had to completely eradicate his channel from anything Escape from Tarkov. 44 copyright strikes in the last 48 hours. Not because of an actual copyright dispute, but because you didn't want him covering, talking about, or even being associated with your product. Well, unfortunately, Battlestate Games, That's not how any of this works. So, if you guys made it this far in the video, I would urge you to create a Twitter account, and I want you to go and I want you to at the account Team YouTube. So at Team YouTube, and I want you to tweet them a screenshot of this post. I'm going to have a link to the Imgur down below. You guys can just copy that link and tweet them, and I want you to say something along the lines of 44 copyright strikes on a channel where they have even admitted that it wasn't a copyright dispute. What can we do about it? Something along the lines of that. Keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it collective. I want you to absolutely flood Team YouTube's Twitter account so that they can actually see the notifications and let us know that they are looking into it. Because if Battlestate Games wants to fucking go down this rabbit hole, I'm willing to go down this rabbit hole. And for all you naysayers out there thinking that it's just an axe to grind with Battlestate Games, any company I would do this to. Without a doubt, if Aroctic got 44 copyright strikes from any other studio, they would also start to feel this wrath. So I want you guys to do that. Can we get Team YouTube? And then I want you guys to just hashtag FreeAroctic on the Twitter so that we can go and look and see how many people are actually doing it. I honestly think this time around, Battlestate Games just bit off a little more than they can chew. So I'm going to urge you guys to do it. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys, again, want to go and read all of the information that they posted, I'm going to pin it in like the top comment in the comment section. So scroll down there, click that link, and while you're down there, you guys might as well leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the situation, and we'll go from there. There's going to be a follow-up video to this because there's a lot of misconceptions that people have been posting on the Reddit about my situation with Battlestate Games. There's a lot of misconceptions about how the copyright system actually works. There are people under the assumption that you can use the copyright takedown for a slander situation, which is totally not the case. Battlestate Games knows what they're doing. Well, unfortunately, a lot of people out here know what they're doing as well. So let's actually do something positive here. Let's get a YouTuber back from the brink here, and let's get it going, guys. Thank you for watching. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one.